Let us begin. Happy Saturday, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for a 90-minute yoga class. I'm so excited to be here with all of you. I love each of you on this Zoom. We're going to start with 5 rounds of sun salutations. The first 2 rounds are called half salutes. So there's no like push-up motion in them. If the half salutes speak to you, keep doing those. Otherwise, we'll transition to 3 rounds of full sun salutes. So for the sun salutes, come towards the top of your mat. I'm going to stand back and show you in periphery. Take a moment with your feet close together, arms down by your side. Relax your shoulders, lift your chest. Bring your hands together at heart center. And begin. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Look up as if you were saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale, stomach in, bend your knees, fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift, back flat, hips over heels. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up and look up overhead. Exhale, hands down at heart center. That's a half salute. We'll do one more. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, arms with your ears, stomach in, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or eventually the floor in front of you, weight forward. Exhale, bend your knees and fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, stomach in, lift up, looking up overhead. Exhale, hands down at heart center. You can continue with half salutes or move on to full salutes. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into a high plank or tabletop position. From here, stomach in, lean forward, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor, or baby cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. Press your heels down, lift your hips up, spread your fingers wide, push the floor away from you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down and reach your arms forward. So every plank can be a tabletop. Every up dog can be a cobra, and every down dog can be a child's pose. Lots of options. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up, looking up overhead. Exhale, hands down at heart center. 2 more. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank or tabletop. And if that motion of lowering down and doing a up dog, that's called a vinyasa. If the vinyasa does not feel good for you, go directly from your plank or tabletop directly into your child's pose or down dog. Otherwise, take a vinyasa, lower down halfway. Inhale into your up dog or cobra. Exhale your down dog or child's pose. So if you're doing down dog, notice if all of the weight is in your wrists. Spread your fingers wide and instead root down through all 28 knuckles, especially the space between your index finger and thumb. Make sure you're not putting all of your body weight on your wrists. Spread your shoulders wide, bring your shoulders down away from your ears, heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling. Look for your thighs behind you. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Last one. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Last set if you want, you can float back. Exhale, hands to floor. You're going to hop back and land with elbows bent in your chaturanga. Keep lowering down. Inhale your up dog. Exhale, down dog. So floating is a good way to practice transitioning into like handstands and stuff like that. If you ever want to float in and out of postures in vinyasa, when you're floating out, make sure you land with elbows bent. So if you hop back and you landed with your arms straight, next time you're going to land with your elbows bent. It is safer for elbows and shoulders. On your next inhale, look forward. You can step forward or practice floating forward. Lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands together, arms with your ears, lift up, salute the sun. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Wonderful. So that's our little warm up to get the blood flowing. So glad you guys are here. From here on out, we're gonna do 26 and 2 yoga, the original version, 90 minutes, woohoo! Come to the middle of your mat with your feet close together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. You're gonna breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, all the time against the back of your throat. Your nose and your mouth are just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as long as possible, as slow as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Begin, inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth. HA, sound, head back, arms forward, elbows touch. Good, inhale, chin down, slowly bring your chin down, look straight ahead, lift your elbows all the way up, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, slowly, push your head back, look way back for the wall behind you, arms forward, elbows touch away from your body. Inhale, use your chin to push your knuckles down. Keep the fingers interlocked up to the webbing, palms face the floor. Exhale, head up. Now use your knuckles to push your head back. Make a fist, squeeze your palms together, wrists together, forearms, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lungs empty, 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize your breath with your body movements. Elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, head down. Start to notice what's going on in the lower body. Are you rocking back and forth or side to side? Exhale, keep the weight in your heels the whole time. Contract your thighs, squeeze your butt, lock your legs. Inhale, head down. As you inhale, open your rib cage wide, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, even as you exhale, stomach in, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath in the first set. Make your spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change. Arms down, roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together. Interlock your fingers, switch the grip. Opposite thumb, pinky finger on top. Squeeze your thighs. Squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up, breathing in through the nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly head back, stretch your arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push the air out. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Breathing from the bottom of the lungs to the middle of the lungs to the top of the lungs. Exhale completely, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So the legs are locked, stomach in, spine is straight from the side. Exhale, head up, just your head drops back. No back bending or leaning back. Keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down, stomach, 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 Marsha, 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 stomach in, chest up, shoulders down. Exhale, head up, keep a strong foundation. Remember, just the neck, spine moving, stomach in, hips forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Imagine you're in water up to your shoulders. Try to keep your elbows from touching the water. Exhale, head up. So you're gonna sweep your arms forward, triceps parallel to the floor, elbows touch away from your body. Good. Inhale, bring the elbows out to the side so they don't touch the water. Chin down, elbows up, look straight ahead. Exhale, head up. So you're always bringing the arms forward and out rather than down, elbows touch. Good, inhale, elbows out and up. There's one exception. If you don't have full mobility of your neck, you're not forcing the neck. Exhale, head up. So I'll give an example. If you can't drop your head back all the way, that's totally fine. Bring your arms forward, elbows touch, but triceps won't be parallel to the floor. That's okay. Inhale, head down. Slowly bring the chin down. So as somebody that has a chronically stiff neck, this breathing exercise is really good for that. Exhale, head up. But at the beginning of class especially, you might not have full spine mobility. That's okay. Do your best. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath. Second set, make it the deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time. Let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now. Elbows touch. Good. Change. Arms down. Let us continue. Ardha Chandrasana with Padasana. Half moon with hands to feet pose. Feet together. Inhale your arms over your head. Palms together. Interlock your fingers. Release your index fingers. Cross your thumbs. Nice tight grip. Stretch up and bend right and left. Right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, reach up a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. Okay, and when you can't stop anymore, can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. I was gonna say, when you can't stop anymore, come to stretch in the middle. That's a Freudian slip. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, hips and pelvis open to the front mirror, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears, stomach in, bring your head and arms back 1 more inch. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows and knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day, and there's no rush. Know where you need to be. Nothing you have to prove to yourself or to anyone else. All you have to do is breathe in and out through your nose. Let your breath be your guide. Notice if the weight is coming forward into your toes. Bring the weight back into your heels, hips a little more forward, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your left hip a little forward, get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, stretch up nice and tall, and slowly bend your body to the left as you press your hips to the right. Come down without bending your elbows and knees. So we're more about form than depth, right? So much so that when I was in yoga teacher training, I seriously thought about getting form over depth tattooed on my body because that seemed like a good idea at the time, right? So notice if you're coming down all the way, you're collapsing, the knees and elbows are bending. Instead, lift up, stay nice and lifted, press your left arm into your ear, press your right arm into your ear, drop your shoulders, lift your chin, relax your jaw, and breathe through your nose. Keep the weight in your heels, thighs contracted, glutes contracted, lock your legs. Inhale, lengthen your arms. Exhale, push your hips to the right, come down, push, and push and push. Change, inhale to come up. First back bend of the day, I'll show you from the side. This is the only posture I can't show and tell. I'll talk you through it, I'll show you, I'll talk you through it more. Take a deep breath, full lungs. Keep your eyes open, relax your head all the way back as far as it goes. Maybe give your head a gentle shake. Eyes open, look for the floor behind you. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back, bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, and then bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, good. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, fold, go down, arms with ears, back flat, hands to floor. Relax your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is the U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. So this pre-COVID, this style of yoga is taught in a hot room for the most part. And so that's part of why we do the sun salutes at the beginning of class, so that hopefully your back is a little bit more warmed up, even though we're not in a super hot room. Okay, Padasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or eventually your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your big toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Touch stomach to thighs. Chest and knees, relax your head, eventually face to the shins below the knees, no room for light and air between the upper and lower body. Rather than bending your elbows out, bend your elbows back. Try to touch elbows together behind you, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, slide stomach down thighs, try to hook rib cage over knees, slide your face down your shins, lift your hips up, pull and stretch. Good, change, come up, arms with ears. Imagine there's a board strapped to your back, so you want to come up with a flat back. Good, arms down, and you stand a little taller, right? That's the goal. Second set, feet together, arms over your head, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, switch the grip, opposite thumb, pinky finger on top, root down through your heels, push your hips forward, lift up through your chest, bring your arms back, stretch up tall, and slowly drop to the right as you push your hips to the left. So there's a couple ways to lengthen the body here, right? You could lift your shoulders way up into your ears, right? Or you could drop your shoulders and lengthen out of the waistband spine. So keep the shoulders relaxed and the hands together. Use your grip strength. Use your right hand to pull your left hand to the top right corner of the room. Push your left heel into the floor. Push your right heel into the floor. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back. Imagine you're leaning against a wall behind you. Stretch up tall and slowly drop to the left as you push your hips to the right. Contract your thighs and glutes the whole time. Make sure you're not grabbing the floor with your toes. Relax your toes, relax your face. Breathe through your nose. So keep the weight in your heels, hips a little more forward, upper body back, biceps with ears. Push your right hip forward, 2 hips in line, left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. At the end, lift your right shoulder up to the ceiling, steer it to the left like a steering wheel, and then come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. Second heart opener, deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, drop your head back. Once you take that initial deep breath, you're gonna do little sips of air through the nose off of that big breath, like a big air pocket. Keep your eyes open, squeeze your butt, lift your chest and bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. Notice if your hands are coming apart, wrists are bending, squeeze palms together, really push your hands back, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, fold, knees together, toes together, hands to floor, relax your head. Go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. Notice what's a little bit more loose in the second set, what's still a little tight and tender. There's no right or wrong. Second set, Padasana, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Now notice if your knees come apart and the weight comes into your pinky toes, try to bring knees together, spiral inner thighs back so that your hips point forward rather than hips opening. Now pull on your heels, wrap your elbows back behind you and roll forward. Stomach to thighs, chest to knees, face on the shins, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, stretch your upper body down. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes to the smiling happy face. It's kind of poetic. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, try to lock your legs. Good, change, come up, knees together, hands together, back flat. Very nice, arms down, and you let that one go. Awkward, Utkatasana, step your right foot to the right 6 inches, not too big of a step, insides of your feet parallel. If you put your hands on your hip bones and look down, that should be the space between your feet. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, all 5 fingers together, fingers in line with your shoulder blades. Suck your stomach in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Sorry, fingers in line with your collarbones. So shoulders down, triceps tight, sit down a little bit lower, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight. That's the second time you've heard that, right? Just like the breathing exercise, stomach in, every posture builds on the next one. Now notice if your knees are coming in or out, keep 6 inches between toes, heels, knees and hands, sit back more, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips a little forward, try to eliminate any curvature in the lower back, especially my flexi folks. Spread your toes wide for maximum surface area, concentrate, meditate, levitate, come up all the way on your tiptoes. We're playing with balance now. Stretch up first, bend your knees and sit down. Lean back, touch your head and hips to an imaginary wall behind you. Again, notice if the knees are coming in or out. Point the knees in the same direction as the toes. Heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down and lean back. Change. Inhale to come up. Last part, squeeze your knees together. Keep the insides of your feet parallel. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body, stop whenever you want, or keep sitting down until there's a ½ inch gap between your hips and your heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward, lift your chest, relax your shoulders, and change. Slowly come up, knees together, good, heels down, right foot back, shoulders down, arms down. Second set, step your right foot to the right hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel. I will show you from the side, arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight. So again, fingers in line with the collarbones. Make sure your arms aren't too high. Stomach in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. So the more you stick your butt out, the more you fold forward, the easier it is to get your thighs parallel to the floor. From here, stomach in, start to lift up. So this is good practice for the arms in standing bow pulling pose. Practice simultaneously pushing fingers forward and relaxing shoulders back. Triceps super strong, stomach in, chin up, chest up. Good, change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips a little forward. Now come up all the way on your tippy toes. Stretch up first, bend your knees, sit down. So these arms, right, are good practice for all the strong arm postures like standing bow, triangle pose, even balancing stick. Keep pressing fingers forward, relaxing shoulders back, triceps tight, sit down, change. Inhale to come up. Last part, squeeze knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down to a count of 10 in your head. Stop when there's still a gap between your hips and heels. Squeeze knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight from the side. Looks like you're holding a box. Good, change. Slowly come up. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Garasana. We're gonna do the right side first. Keep in mind that I'm not mirroring you, so identify your right side. Okay, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swing your right arm under your left arm, right elbow under left elbow. Cross first at the elbows. Again, if you can, at the wrists. So eventually palms together, thumbs towards your face, pinkies away from your face. Might not happen today. You can also interlock fingers, grab a thumb, or grab opposite shoulders, give yourself a big hug. Pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down into a chair. Stay down there and bring your right leg over your left leg. Right leg over left leg, cross twist. And eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. And if you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Shift your weight back into your heel, bend your knees, sit back and down a little bit more, pull elbows down, one day fingers go below the nose, arch your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Let's do the left side. Bring your left arm under your right arm. You can use momentum. Cross first of the elbows, again at the wrist, palms together, thumbs towards your face. Notice if your hands are going to the right of your face. Try to bring your hands back to center. Notice if the right shoulder lifts up, pull the right shoulder down. Pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down. Try to keep your hips where they are and bring left leg over right leg, left over right. At first, your foot's hanging out. Point your toes. So activate the left foot and then eventually wrap your foot behind your calf. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. Relax your face, suck your stomach in, breathe through your nose. On this side, bring your knees to the left and upper body to the right. Bend your knees, sit back and down, keep the weight in your heel, pull your elbows down. One day fingers go below the nose, lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, right into second set, swing right arm, zoom under left arm, think bicep under tricep. Notice if your wrists are bending, try to straighten the wrists and get the fingertips together. That is a lifetime of work for me at least. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, stay down there, and bring your right leg over your left leg. So one of my values is being a lifelong learner. And part of that is like, it would be easy to just hang out here, right? Because my hands are like together and my feet are wrapped, but there's still little things you can do, right? Like if the wrists are bending, straighten the wrists. If the fingers are separated, try to get the fingers together. If your foot is wrapped, try to eliminate the gap between the ankle and calf muscle. Left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward, sit down and lean back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Last one, left arm, under right arm, left under right, pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, stay down there, and bring your left leg over your right leg. Left leg over right, cross twist, and breathe through your nose. Push your right hip forward, 2 hips in line. Left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Sit down like you're sitting down into a chair. Maximum weight in your heel, stomach in, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back. Every posture builds on the next. Change, feet together, arms over your head, arms down, party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers. So fun to be here with all of you. Let us continue. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana, Janu Sharasana. If you fall out, hop back in. Shift your weight to your left leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your left foot without grabbing the floor of your toes. Lift your right thigh up. Come point your toes. Flex your toes. Keep your toes flexed back to your face. This is a great way to stretch the Achilles and calf. Option to stay right here, abdomen in, chest proud. As you're ready, start to round forward, press your hips forward, and eventually stomach in, pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked. Standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. If you've been coming for a while, all of you have, and you know your left leg is locked. No bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing, slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, that's too easy. No lower, that can hurt your back. Standing leg locked. Take a deep breath, kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If both legs lock from the side legs, make an L like Linda, bend your elbows down. Touch your elbows to your calf muscles, bring your shoulders down more. One day elbows go below the calf muscles, lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, slowly reverse. Out. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot. Lift your left leg up. Point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face. Option to stay here. Try to get hip, knee, and ankle in a 90-degree angle. From here, if you're ready, round down and pick up your left foot. All 10 fingers interlocked. And you're welcome to start with your knee and thigh higher into your chest so you don't have to round down so much. Stomach in. When you're ready, lift your left leg up. And it's a real kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If your standing leg is bending a lot, rather than thinking about pushing your knee back, try to lift your hips up to the ceiling so that your knee stacks over your ankle rather than your big toe. If both legs lock from the side legs, make an upside down L like Linda. Puff up your chest first, stomach in. And then bend elbows down, stomach in. Bring the chest down, shoulders down, elbows touch the calf muscles. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, slowly reverse out. You can put your hands on your back and do a little back bend or a knee bend. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg. Contract inner thigh as well as outer thigh. Sometimes in this style of yoga, we overdevelop the outer quadricep. Make sure you're pulling up on inner thigh. Lift your kneecap, lift your right leg, flex your toes back, stomach in, round down, and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked. If you want to be crazy, switch the grip. Opposite thumb, pinky finger on top. Concentrate, meditate, relax your jaw. Inhale, lift your right leg up. It's a real kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. If both legs lock, puff up your chest and bend your elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change, take your time as you reverse out, step by step. Good, last one. Shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh, lift your right kneecap up, and then lift your left thigh up. Flex your toes back, stomach in, round down. Concentrate, meditate, breathe through your nose. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Notice if your heel is turning in and your knee is turning out, that's the hip opening. Bring your heel down to the floor, big toe to the ceiling. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold it, breathe, stomach in, shoulders down, toes back. Take your time as you reverse out, step by step. Good for you. When you're ready, change. Okay, standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana Dhanurasana. Big back bend. Bring your right hand up, out to the right. Give yourself high five for practicing yoga today. Woo, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone. Thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up. So notice how my right hip is back. Try to press your right hip forward and bring your knees together so your hips are in line to start. Lock your left leg. Point your right toes. Take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously, kick your right leg back and up. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. From the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder. Shoulder blade scapula coming out of the body. Kicking and stretching equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick really hard. If you're not parallel to the floor yet, come down. I'm right there with you. Body down more, leg up more. Keep kicking, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Lovely. Bring your left hand up, out to the left. Reach back. Without turning or twisting your wrist, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone. Bring your right arm up, left hip forward, knees together. Contract inner thigh as well as outer thigh. Make sure you're not grabbing the floor with your right toes. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, stretch up, and slowly kick into your hand. When you can't kick anymore, stretch forward. So really charge your body forward, really relax the left shoulder back. Remember the arms in awkward pose? This is what we're doing here too. So fingers pressing forward, tricep muscle tight. Rather than lifting the shoulder up, you're just gonna slide the shoulders so far forward that one day chin and shoulder touch, but it's the arm moving forward rather than up. So right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, left hip down. That's the hard part. Slowly bring the body down parallel to the floor. Foot comes directly over the top of your head. Point your big toe to the ceiling rather than the right side of the room. Body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up and take a breath. Second set. Bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot, left arm up, right hip forward. Evenly distribute your body weight on your left foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toes, stretch up, and slowly kick into your hand as hard as you can. When you can't kick anymore, come down and bring the arm parallel to the floor. All 5 fingers together, thumb with your index finger, palm of your left hand faces the floor. Get your left arm parallel to the floor. So left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Open your chest to the right side of the room, but notice if the hips are opening too. Right hip down, that's the hard part. Left hip back, left shoulder forward. Body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Kick yourself up. Last one, left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, thumb with index finger, right arm up, left hip forward, knees together. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Slowly bring body down, leg up. See the foot come over the top of your head. From the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your shoulder and chin together. Shoulder blade scapula stretching away from the body. That's preparing you for balancing stick in a second. Practice charging your body forward. Body down, leg up. Lift your leg up, leg up, leg up, leg up. Point your left toes, stretch, change. Left foot down, right foot back, arms down. So every posture prepares us for the next one. We practice sliding one arm forward here. So in the next posture, we're gonna slide both arms forward, right? Come to the back of your mat, Tula Dandasana, balancing stick, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and lean back. Step your right foot forward, a big step. Shift your weight to your right foot, stretch up, lock both legs, point your left toes, and tilt. So charge your body forward, shoulder blade scapula coming out of the body. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. From the side, body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, 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 change. Left foot down, right foot back, lean back, and step your left foot forward. Shift your weight to your left foot, lift your right foot off the floor, point your right toes, stretch up, and then tilt. Charge your body forward, bring the chest down, chin forward, keep your arms with your ears, push your pinky fingers into the backs of your hands, squeeze your palms together up to the wrists, body down, lift your leg up, leg up, leg up, stretch, change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Can you hold still for one holy, sacred breath? Concentrate, meditate, second set, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back, step your right foot forward, lock both legs, point your left toes, stretch, and tilt. Go down like a slow moving seesaw, you're in control. Left foot a little to the left, left hip down, spiral your inner left thigh up, chest down, chin forward, heel up, stretch, change, left foot down, right foot back, last one. Step your left foot forward, lock both legs, point your right toes, and tilt. Right hip down, right foot to the right, right big toe to the ceiling, right pinky toe to the floor, sole of the foot lifting towards the ceiling, chest down, leg up, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. So eventually you're gonna find a moment of stillness between every posture. Next is the separate leg series, starting with standing separate leg stretching. You're welcome to come to the top of your mat and face the long side of your mat. I will face you. Dandayamana, Bikaptapada, Paschimottanasana, stretching pose. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step. 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. Turn your toes in and your heels out so your feet are pigeon-toed. If you have active sciatic pain, point your toes forward so the insides of your feet are parallel, otherwise toes in. Squeeze your thighs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Look forward all the way down. Good. Grab your heels from behind. Step on all 10 fingers. Point your fingers in the same direction as your toes. Roll forward like a wheel. Find your edge. Lift your hips up. Push your knees back. Lock your legs. And touch your forehead to the floor between your feet. Now, if your forehead's not yet touching the floor, take a bigger step. If you can't grab your heels, grab the outsides of your feet to pull, maybe hook onto your pinky toes to pull, or start with your hands on the floor in front of you. There's room at the table for everybody. Everybody roll forward like a wheel. Lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs, pull and stretch. First the legs stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine, whole body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your head to the floor in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, take your time. Step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head, and arms down. So if your forehead touched the floor easily in the first set, take a smaller step. If your forehead was nowhere near the floor, take a bigger step. Second set, I'm going to show you from the side. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. The step that works for you, maybe 2 feet, maybe 5 feet, customize it. Toes in, heels out, chest up. Swan dive forward like you're closing a hardback book, not a paperback book. So legs locked, back flat, stomach in from the get-go. Grab your heels from behind, and if you can grab your feet in any way. Rather than bending your elbows out, try to bend your elbows back. So one day, elbows to calves, shoulders to ceiling, belly button to spine. Now notice if you're leaning back, especially if the knees are bending and the spine is rounding, roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs, pull stomach through thighs, chest through knees, and when your head's like an inch away from the floor, just drop your head. If your head is touching the floor in front of your feet, Pull stomach through thighs, chest through knees. Try to get head touching the floor in between your feet with a flat back. Good. Change. Slowly come up. Take your time. Step your right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. Triangle Trikonasana, a marriage of the heart and the lungs. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Big step, arms down parallel to the floor. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back. Turn your right foot out, left toes in. I'm going to show you two different techniques to get into this posture. The first one is inspired by a yoga teacher in our community named Craig Villani. When you're ready, bend your right leg and lunge. Sit as low as you can, stay down there, and seriously just move your arms. So when Craig teaches this, at first the hand is in front of the knee, and as you're ready, you're gonna bend your right knee, drop your left thigh down, and slide the forearm down until elbow in front of the knee. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, and breathe through your nose. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow, and then lift your right side body off of your right thigh. So there's a triangle between your side torso, forearm, and thigh. Look up, touch your chin to your shoulder, breathe through your nose. Drop your left thigh down, reach your left shoulder up, make the rotation, right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, turn, twist upper body back, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, make sure your heels are in line, other side. Bend your left leg, sit as low as you can. Lean back, keep your spine straight, and move your arms. Now, if your thigh is not yet parallel to the floor, maybe you just slide down so your wrist is in front of the knee, and this way you still get a long diagonal line from your ankle to the crown of your head. When you're ready, you're gonna bend your left knee more, drop your right thigh down more, and eventually elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingers just between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up towards the ceiling. Touch your chin to your shoulder and bring the left shoulder forward, left ear forward, right shoulder back. So you could press your whole body against a wall in front of you, even the profile of your face. Push your right hip forward and down. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbow and lift left oblique off of left thigh. Reach the right arm up, triceps tight, stretch the left arm down, turn, twist upper body back, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. Wonderful. Second set, I'm going to show you a technique that I showed you before from one of my favorite teachers, Mary Jarvis. There's a couple different ways that different teachers teach how to get into this posture. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step, arms down parallel to the floor. And if you ever take Mary's class, she really makes you push your hips forward and lean back, so everything is super open. Okay, push your hips forward, lean back, turn your right foot out, left toes in. Here's the trick. While you're standing, you're just gonna look to the left, over your left shoulder. Okay, triceps tight. This is where we're working on the arms from awkward. Triceps tight, you're stretching the arms apart, fingertips active. Touch your chin to your left shoulder, bend your right knee, sit down, and now move your arms. So the chin and shoulder are touching from the get-go. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Look up and stretch up. Tricep muscles tight, nothing loose or hanging. All 5 fingers together, fingers in line with your collarbones. Reach the left arm up, stretch the right arm down. Feel a huge stretch across your chest. Turn, twist, lock your left leg. Keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, bring your head back to center. Right toes in, left toes out. This time, left shoulder forward, look over your right shoulder. So it's just a neck twist, right? You're not like craning the neck in any way. Look towards your right thumb, shoulder and chin touch, bend your left knee, sit down, lean back, and move your arms. 6 and 12 o'clock, right arm stacks on top of left arm, stomach in the whole time. If you feel like your feet are sliding apart, try to squeeze your heels together, feet stay in place, but that's the inner thigh strength we want to engage. Sit down more, chest up more, stomach in more, turn, twist upper body back like Ardha Matsyendrasana, spine twisting posture at the end of class. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, bring your head back to center, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. Drop your shoulders, lift your chest. So in that posture, we stretched and twisted the spine, right? And we also stretched and twisted the torso, the abdomen. In the next posture, we're gonna round the spine and compress the abdomen. Standing, separate leg head to knee, Dandayamana Bikattapada Janushrasana, a marriage of the pancreas and the kidneys. Fun. Inhale your arms over your head, palms together, only cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 3 feet minimum, 36 inches, maybe 4 feet, pivot on your heels to the back wall, turn your back, left toes in, and then push your hips forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line, backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch out, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down, going inward. Chin to chest, arms with your ears, stomach in. Bend your right front leg if you need to. I do. Touch your knee and head together. So touching the knee and head together is tricky work, right? To touch your forehead and knee together, you have to round your whole upper body over half of your lower body, all of your vertebrae, rounding over 1 femur bone. True extension to the spine, true compression to the stomach. If your forehead and knee aren't yet touching, you can try taking a bigger step. You can try turning your left toes in more, or you can bend your right leg more. Chin to chest, stomach in, eventually forehead and knee touch, but you're never forcing your body. You want front side compression, throat choke, jaw relaxed, eyes open, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, left hip forward, left shoulder forward, full stop at the top. Good, pivot on your heels to the other side of the room, uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, push your right hip forward, forward, forward. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line, backside foot makes at least a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Arms with your ears, hands together, even pinky fingers together, wrist straight. Bend your left leg if you need to. I do. Touch your knee and head together. Again, never forcing the body. Stomach in the whole time, chin to chest. This is a compression posture. We're compressing the front of the body. Chin to chest stimulates thyroid, parathyroid, or throat chakra. This posture is purportedly good if you have hyper or hypothyroidism. Stretch your fingers beyond big and second toe. Bring your weight to your front foot. Left hip up, right hip forward, 2 hips in line. Push your forehead into your knee. Lock both legs, chin to chest, hands together. Change. Come up, hands together. Arms with your ears the whole time. Head up. Last. Good. Pivot on your heels. Float your right foot back. Arms down. So in Ayurvedic medicine, this posture has a lot of benefits. You can take them or leave them, but I do think it's interesting. Like a lot of stuff that yogis have been saying for like 1,000 years is slowly getting proven by science, clinical trials, whatever you want to call it. So second set, I'll go over some of those benefits. Again, you don't have to believe them. I'm not sure that I fully believe them, but I think it's worth sharing because it's part of the heritage of this yoga. Second set, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, maybe other thumb on top. Step your right foot to the right, big step. Pivot on your heels, turn back toes in, push your left hip forward, peel your right rib cage back. Stretch up, chin to chest, go down. So again, chin to chest, stimulating thyroid, parathyroid, or throat chakra. Forehead to knee stimulates pineal gland or third eye chakra. This posture is called a marriage of the pancreas and the kidneys because some people believe if you really compress your abdominal wall this much, your pancreas on the deepest level of your abdominal wall runs into your kidneys on your lower middle back. So imagine pancreas and kidneys squeezing together, kind of a funny image. Stomach in, chin to chest, right hip up, left hip forward, get your 2 hips in line. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change. So this posture is supposed to be good if you have type 2 diabetes, pivot on your heels to the other side of the room, hyper or hypothyroidism, or if you have like an ascending kidney. Push your right hip forward, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down.
So we want to keep the hips in line for a couple of reasons. Number one, if one hip is lifting, right, that can like twerk into one part of your back, you're crunching into one side, overstretching the other. But it's also believed that if your hips are out of line, then one kidney is being overstretched and the other kidney is being understretched, right? So think about evening out the hips so that both sides of your back, and by extension, your kidneys are rounding and working equally the same. Shift your weight to your front foot, left hip up, right hip forward, 2 hips in line, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee to stretch your hamstrings, hands together to test your balance, stomach in, change. Come up slowly to build strength and balance. Arms with your ears, head up, last. Good. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Come to the middle of your mat for tree pose, Tadasana. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. This is what we call the hip opening series. Touch your heel to your costume, your groin, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back. One day from the side, 2 knees in line, never force your knees. Right hand up to the center of your chest, and if you can balance, left hand. So in the last posture, we really rounded the spine and compressed the stomach. Notice if you're rounding forward here. Try to do the opposite, right? So hips forward, chest up. After that compression, really think about stretching up. Temporarily eliminate any curvature in your spine. Good, change, right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Lift your left leg up. Touch your heel to your costume, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Let your left knee drop. Never force the knee. You want to feel it in the hip, but not the knee. Left hand up. And if you can balance right hand, oh, my foot's almost staying. If your foot starts to slide like mine does, hold on to your foot the whole time. Press your hips forward, lift your chest up, contract inner thigh as well as outer thigh. Point your left toes, engage your left calf. Think about squeezing the thighs closer together. Good, change, left leg down. Toe stand, you're welcome to do a second set of tree or try toe stand. It starts with an idea, an intention. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you, don't move your eyes, lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. So just looking to the floor sets the intention, right? Where your eyes go, body knows to follow one day. You can stay right here, hands together. And if you're ready, start to fold forward. At first, just dangling forward, keep going. One day, fingertips graze the floor. From here, you can walk forward and even lean forward. So really shoulders over wrists, weight in your arms, lift your left heel. Keep leaning forward as you bend your knee and sit. You can even put your knees on the floor at first. From here, you're gonna walk your hands back and lift your chest up. Point your right toes. I know, point your right toes. Right hip forward, right knee down, 2 knees in line. Left hand up, right hand up, elbows down. Spine straight, come a 1/2 inch off your heel. Good. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg first and then push the floor away from you, right? So whoop, you're coming up with a straight leg. Good, change. Right leg down. I'll show you this one from the side. Lock your right leg, show you this way. Lift your left leg up. Slowly let your left knee drop. So when we say 2 knees in line, what we mean is that one day 2 knees are in line from the side, but notice if your butt is sticking out, right? You want to push the hips forward. Left hand up. If your foot has a tendency to fall like mine does, hold onto your foot on the way down and start to fold forward. So as you're folding forward, quadricep engaged, weight is in your upper leg. When hands touch the floor, you're going to do a peaceful transfer of power by walking your hands forward, shifting the weight into your arms, lift your right heel, bend your knee. So as you sit, there's no weight in your knee, the weight is in your arms. Keep sitting down. Again, you can touch your knees to the floor and then walk your hands back. Lift your chest, relax your shoulders, point your left toes. Left hand up, right hand up, elbows down, spine straight, come a 1/2 inch off your heel. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to place the weight back in the quadricep and then push the hips forward to reverse out. Good, change left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. I'm gonna adjust our angle slightly. Okay. Great. Bring your heels together. Let your toes fall open. Arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed. Breathing normal. Slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your nose. So I'm not like the biggest 10 a.m. yoga person. I have to be honest. I prefer yoga in the afternoon, but I love teaching this class because the 90-minute version of this class is the class that made me fall in love with yoga, right? This is, and I know it's true for a lot of you as well, right? This is a beautiful series, and when we do the full 90 minutes, there's lots of time to hold the postures and also to work on alignment and modifications and stuff like that. It's a no rush class. It's kind of luxurious and a fast-paced lifestyle. So yeah, I'm so glad to be here with you and to share this yoga with so many of you that I know we all love. And I know for many of us, this was like, you know, our first love of yoga. Pavanamuktasana, winter moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin just below the knee. Nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder. Completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor. Look down the center line of your body. Pull down extra hard. Maximum pressure in your lower abdomen, massaging your ascending colon. Fun. Change. Right leg down. Bend your left leg up. Interlock your 10 fingers. Grab your left shin. Nice tight grip. Pull your knee out to the left, down towards your shoulder. Stretch your right foot towards the back wall. Left knee towards left armpit. Change. Left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug. If you can't grab your elbows, grab your elbows. If you still can't grab your elbows, at least you tried. You can grab your knees, you can interlock your fingers, grab wrists, forearms, eventually elbows. Keep heels in line, side by side, not crisscross. Head on the floor. Without lifting your head, tuck your chin in a little bit, puff your chest up a little bit, stomach in, and then press your shins into your forearms. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change. Arms down and eyes open. So this style of yoga, this 90-minute version, is my first love. But it was not love at first sight. I know some people who practice this style of yoga once and they're like, this is it, this is it. That was not what it was for me. I don't know about you, but the first couple times I did it, I was like, I don't know what the hell that was. Second set, Pavanamuktasana, bend your right leg up, interlock your fingers, maybe switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out and down. Push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands to strengthen your grip. Notice if you're rolling way to the right, make a muscle with left bicep. Try to anchor left shoulder, left glute, left calf on the floor. Relax your face, relax your toes. Change. Right leg down, left leg up. Pull your knee out and down, massaging the descending colon. This posture is good for digestion. It's good for grip strength. And this is part of the hip opening series, just like tree pose and toe stand that we did before Savasana. So try to keep the hips and shoulders in line. Change. Left leg down, both legs up, right? So temporarily eliminate any curvature on your spine, right? Squeeze your knees together, thumbs with index fingers, all 5 fingers together. Stretch the crown of your head towards the top of your mat, and then tuck your chin in a little bit. Try to get neck on the floor, shoulders on the floor, belly button heavy like lead, middle spine on the floor. Roll your hips down, hips to the floor, whole spine flat. Good. Change. Arms down and eyes open. In college, I actually took a couple yoga classes for credit, including, I mean, one was just like, you know, a PE style yoga class, but one of them was actually like you learn sequencing and theory, and it was really cool. But we had to like take different styles of yoga and write a report on them. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Turn lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series. And since I was already taking hot yoga at that point off and on, I took a hot yoga class and decided to write about that. More on that in a second. Cobra Bhujangasana, chin forward, hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders, elbows point up to the ceiling like grasshopper wings. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, press your feet, hips, and hands down, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor, good. Use 100% spine strength. Come up halfway only, beautiful. Just your hips on the floor, rest of your body's in the air. Looks good, Lindsay. Look up towards the ceiling where your eyes go, body knows to follow, but keep your neck in line with the rest of your head. So you're not dropping your head down, but you're also not jamming it all the way back. One long arc with the spine from the side. Feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, squeeze your butt. Push your feet down, hips down, hands down. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. So I was really skeptical of hot yoga, and I happen to know that the teacher who was teaching this class really did not like hot yoga. And so my final report for that class was on how hot yoga, 26 and 2 yoga was really bad for you, and the teachers were all mean, and it was a bad style of yoga to do. I got an A. Second set, bring your chin forward, hands on the floor, just below your shoulders, elbows point up towards the ceiling, feet together, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Come up halfway only. Keep your belly button down and your chest up. Imagine you have a number 2 pencil in between your shoulder blades. Try to squeeze it together. So roll your shoulders back and down. This is a great way to slowly start to stretch the fascia on your chest. Elbows to hips, toes to the floor, heels, knees together. Lock your legs, lift your chest. Good. Change. Slowly lower down. Look to your left, right ear on your mat, arms down, heels fall open. So this says 2 things about me. One is that I'm never afraid to, this is bad. I'm not afraid to lie a little bit to get a good grade on something. In high school, I wrote a report on why climate change wasn't real, so that I could get a scholarship from the island I grew up on, their like Republican Women's Club. So I got a nice Lincoln scholarship for saying that climate change wasn't real. But of course I used that money to work towards a world in which climate change is very much real. And I used that A in my yoga class to work towards a world in which I really believe in this style of yoga, hot yoga. Okay, bring your chin forward for Locust Shalabhasana. Arm straight position, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. Right, left, one day pinky fingers touch. Spread your fingers wide. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Stretch your big toe to the back wall, squeeze your right butt cheek, lock your right leg, lift your right thigh up. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Imagine you're drawing a line up the back wall, use your left big toe. Stretch the big toe back, drop your left pinky toe down towards the floor, sole of the foot flat to the ceiling. Change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down, bring your arms a little closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide. Mouth down, shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up, come up, everybody come up. You can do it, struggle a little harder. Don't give up, knees together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, roll forward, push your hips and forearms together for leverage, shoulders down, mouth down, lift your thighs up. Good, change, slowly lower down, bring your arms out, look to the right, left ear on your mat. But what both of those experiences really did for me is that I literally wrote out and was graded on, and in one case awarded money on, an argument, right? So when somebody tells me, I don't like 26 and 2 yoga, I know why. I've written that essay, I got an A on it, right? I understand that it's a little bit nitpicky. Sometimes teachers can be kind of intense. When you do it in a hot room, heat is not for everyone, right? I understand those things. Same thing with climate change. When somebody tells me it's not real, I've written that book. I got money on it, right? Not a book, but an essay, right? I know what you're saying, and I still know the truth for me. And I hope that's true for you too with yoga and whatever else your North Star is in your life, right? That when people might tell you, oh, that's wrong, or that doesn't make sense, that's okay. It might not make sense for them, but if this yoga works for you, if something that you value in your life works for you, do it. And occasionally, maybe even write the essay on, you know, the other version of that. And then you can kind of understand both sides, and then you can really come to your North Star, right? So I understand why some people don't like this style of yoga, and you know what? I love it. I love this style of yoga. I think a lot of you do as well. It heals the body, it heals the mind. I'm so excited to be practicing this beloved yoga with you this morning. Second set, chin forward, arm straight position. Rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day pinky fingers touch. Spread your fingers wide. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. Press your shoulders down, triceps tight. Notice if your weight is going into your wrists. push your knuckles and fingers down instead. Change, right leg down, relax right leg, lock left leg, point left toes and lift left leg up. So for my flexi folks, notice if you're pushing your wrists and elbows down, try to push your palms and shoulders down instead. Triceps tight, lift your left leg. Change, left leg down. Third part, make up your mind, mouth down, mouth on your mat. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you. Spread your fingers wide, mouth down. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up, struggle a little harder. Don't give up, mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight. Squeeze your butt more than you thought you could. Lock your legs, feet together, lift your thighs up. Good, change, lower down, arms out. Look to the left and take a good breath. So sometimes we're afraid to even like try something new or see the other side of an argument. I always say like, check out all the angles, right? Try postures from different angles, try beliefs from different angles, values from different angles, and then find your North Star. I think yoga, whatever style of yoga you're practicing, is a really good way to find your North Star in life because it holds us a little bit accountable to who we are on the inside, right? The ultimate goal of yoga is self-realization, self-actualization. So if you're practicing yoga in that spirit, you can't go wrong. Purna Shalabhasana, full locust, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, toes and heels touch, lock your legs, point your toes, fingers together, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor like a 747 taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Look up towards the ceiling where your eyes go, body knows to follow. Keep your feet together, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs a little bit more, stretch your arms apart, get your ribs off the floor. Thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the right, left ear on your mat. So maybe it's my Gemini nature, but I always like to examine, things that don't speak to me or that don't make sense to me. I'm still willing to listen, to learn. There's one exception to that. I will not go into the yellow tent of the Scientologists. That stuff freaks me out. I'd like to think of myself as strong-minded, but I'm very scared that I would be manipulated into joining Scientology. That is the only thing that I will not consider from another perspective because I'm too scared. Anything else, bring it on. I'm happy to listen to why climate change doesn't exist. Second step, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side. We will have a spirited debate. Feet together, toes, heels touch. But a civic debate, lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift, everything lifts off the floor, stretch your arms apart. So some people think that yoga is a cult and I'm like, good luck, we're all doing different things, right? Feet together, toes, heels touch, knees together, lock your legs. If it's a cult, it's not a very good one. Lift your thighs off the floor, chest off the floor, feet together, fingers together, relax your jaw, keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left. And on that note, if I ever give a cue in class that does not make sense for you, don't listen, right? That's why it's not a cult. If I say something and you're like, that does not make sense, don't do it. If you're really confused or if you're just like, I don't think you're right, please ask me after class. I would never ask you to do something yourself that I myself do not think makes sense. But again, every body is different. Every life journey, history, injury report, etc. is different. So again, I would never ask you to do something that I don't think makes sense, that I haven't vetted for myself. And that doesn't mean that it has to make sense for you, right? So if something is hurting your body, causing you harm, ease up. You are your North Star. Listen to yourself. You are your best teacher. You are your own quote unquote guru. Bring your chin forward. Arms out to the side like airplane wings. Are we doing second set? Yep, feet together, toes, heels touch, right? Give me a thumbs up. Lock your legs, okay, point your toes, look up and lift. Everything lifts off the floor. 747 makes sense to you, just your feet together, toes, heels touch, spread your arms apart, keep your fingers together, fingers in line with your shoulders. This posture is so good for strengthening your back. See if you can lift your arms a little higher than the top of your head, toes a little higher than the top of your head, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left and take a breath. See if you can bring your chin and shoulder closer together. So one day right ear on your mat. This is good practice for standing bow and triangle pose where the chin and shoulder touch. So if you can touch your chin and shoulder together here, you know it's possible without tensing your shoulder, right? Okay, Dhanurasana, floor bow, chin on the floor, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up towards the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out to your nose. Notice if your knees are way wider than your hips, bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight, squeeze shoulders together, point your toes, squeeze your butt, open your chest, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, and eventually chin and shoulder touch. Again, it's practice for shoulder and chin touching in triangle and standing bow. Second set, bring your chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, wrists straight, point your toes, squeeze your tush, look up and kick into your hands. So in this version of bow, you want to freeze between your lower ribs and hips. Try not to rock back and forth. This is a great posture for digestion, actually, when you're on your stomach. It's really good for opening through the chest and shoulders. It's good for toning the glutes, the hamstrings, and of course, it's a nice back bend. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Slowly lower down. Look to your left, right ear on your mat. Breathe in. Empty out. Bring your chin forward, hands to floor, push up. Come to the top of your mat, fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. I'm going to show you from the side. Open your knees, open your feet, tabletop position. From here, slowly walk your hands back and slowly sink your hips down. One day, hips will touch the floor. It doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time. If you can sit down between your heels with your knees on the floor and your toes pointing back, insides of your feet parallel, then hands to feet, fingers to the heels. Right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch through your toes, ankles, knees, thighs, and hips, but never a point of pain. And the final version of this posture, it's interesting, right? Because the neck is long, it's a great way to decompress the neck spine, but you're also still getting a back bend in the middle, lower back, and a nice opening through the chest. Change. Put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, Hadaplasth, turn around, Savasana. So I love this style of yoga, and it was not love at first sight. When I first started going, I would like go for a week and then not come for a month, and then I would go for a month and then not come for 2 months. It took me a while to get into a regular habit, but that meant by the time that I went to teacher training in 2014, I had been practicing this style of yoga for 5 years. And had really been practicing it like 4 to 5 times a week for like 3 years. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the top of your mat. Second set, open your knees, open your feet. If first set was rough, try opening your knees wider. If first set was a walk in the park, bring your knees together, keep your toes pointing back, and slowly walk back. Another trick, if you have big calf muscles, sometimes it just helps to put your hands on your calves and flip them out, and then you can sit down a little bit easier. Put your palms on your soles, right elbow, left elbow, head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows. Next steps, if your knees have separated, you're all the way down and it's easy, walk your knees back together. You can also lift your chest higher to get a deeper back bend. Chin to the chest, look down the center line of your body. Change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, Hadaplasth, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So when I went to teacher training, I was like very familiar with this style of yoga, right? And what was interesting to me is I met many people like me, and I met other people who'd started like 6 months ago and had that like, I don't know what the hell this is, but I want to do this every day for the rest of my life, right? I met people who'd like not even been doing it a year, but were just obsessed with it. And perhaps that's also a personality type, right? Versus my personality type, a little bit more cautious. But it was an interesting mix of folks like me, even people who's like, I practiced for 20 years. I'm finally retired. My kids are in college. I can do this now. And people who are like, I've been doing this for 6 months. I love it. I want to do 9 weeks of it. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. If the sit-ups are ever bothering your back, Please skip them. Knees, feet together, you just roll off to the side. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together. Cross your thumbs, stretch up and go down. Chin away from your chest, feet together, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down. Try to get elbows and wrists off the floor. Tilt your pinky fingers down. Just the knife edges of your pinky fingers touch the floor. The rest of your arms are in the air. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Good, change, slowly come up, arms of your ears, nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. There's one guy at my teacher training, he's in his 40s, he was from Edinburgh, Scotland, where he'd studied abroad earlier, but he'd never been away from his children for more than a week, and then he left for 9 weeks. It was really crazy, and it was really beautiful to see a father who cared deeply about his children and also just like loved this style of yoga and wanted to teach it. But saw people like that who've been practicing for a long time. And finally his kids were old enough that, you know, I'll leave them for a little bit. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the back of your mat, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up and go down. Chin away from your chest, try to keep pinky fingers together. Whew, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize. Change, come on up. Good, arms down, turn around, Savasana. And then I had my friend from Oklahoma who was 1 semester away from, I'm not kidding, she was 1 semester away from finishing her PhD, and she fell in love with yoga and she left it all behind. Can you imagine 1 semester away? And she said, this isn't for me. She walked away, she did yoga, she moved to Australia to teach yoga. She married an Australian, they have a child now. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. She was one of those people, only practiced for 6 months, but just loved it. Come to the top of your mat, Camel Ustrasana, stand on your knees 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers to the floor. Push your hips forward, keep your eyes open, look up, lift your nose, lift your chin, relax your head back. Option to stay here with your hands on your back, or keep going back, go back halfway, freeze in the middle. You can stay here, or if it suits you, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. If you can't grab your heels, or if you have to lean way back to grab your heels, keep your hands on your back. It's better support for your spine. You want hips over knees, chest to the ceiling, look back for your toes behind you. Good, change, put your hands on your back, push yourself up carefully with control, head up last, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Let's do second set, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the top of your mat. If this posture bothers your knees, you can roll up your mat a little bit so there's extra padding under your knees. That's true for any posture where we're on our knees or our ankles. Feel free to roll up your mat. Second set, you can open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your lower back, hug your elbows together, push your hips forward, keep your eyes open, look up, lift your nose, lift your chin. One day, go back halfway. Eventually, or in the future, grab your heels. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back, look for your toes behind you. Good, change, put your hands on your back, push yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana. And I don't think one is better than the other. I don't think, it's better like, that you practice for 20 years before you commit, or you practice for 6 months. I do think as a student, I would prefer my teachers to have a lot of experience practicing before they teach, but But I still, at the end of the day, I don't think one is better than the other, right? If you're obsessed with something after 6 months and it's like calling to you, listen to that calling, right? Don't waste time. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. And if something you're passionate about for 20 years, you finally have the time to do it. Come to the middle of your mat for Rabbit Sasangasana. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. I really wanted to do a third set of camel. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down, chin to chest, forehead to knees, top of head to floor. I always want to do a third set of camel. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last, turn around, Savasana. But here's what did serve me personally from practicing so long before I committed to it as a trade, as a hobby, right? As a profession. By the time I got there, I knew what it was like to practice through an injury. I knew what it was like to practice through heartbreak. And I knew what it was like to step back on my mat after not going for 2 months. I knew how to get back on the wagon, back on the horse, whatever. I always confuse those metaphors. I knew what it was like to come back after a while away. And if you practice this yoga for long enough, you will have all of those experiences. It is not bad to practice through heartbreak. It is not bad to take a few months off, maybe a year off, maybe 5 years off and come back, right? There's no shame in that. The point is that you came back. The point is that you stepped back onto your mat. And if you practice long enough, you will experience all of those things, the good, the bad, the ugly. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, so just for today, notice that you're here in this class, and that's all that really matters, right? You made it to this class right here. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, grab your heels from the outside, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, go down, chin to chest, forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, that head stays in place, squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last, sit up tall, and then turn around, Savasana. So sometimes we're hard on ourselves for I didn't come to class, or, oh, that class was really hard, or, last class wasn't so fun, or whatever it is. Stop being hard on yourself. Put that all aside. Just come to class and celebrate, whenever you're able to step onto your mat, even if it isn't as much as you'd like, don't let that be bothering you during class. Just enjoy class, enjoy the present moment. You made it to class, and right here, right now in this class, you are on the victory lap. So enjoy. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. It's a good day. Come to the middle of your mat, Janu Shavasana, head to knee pose. Right leg out, left leg in. Legs make an L, a 90-degree angle. Inhale your arms over your head, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. Bend your right leg, interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, under the ball of your foot, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in. 2 legs make an L, no wider. Stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Make it easy to touch your knee and head together, especially in the first set. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, under the ball of your foot, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, right elbow down, right shoulder down, roll into the right. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down, let your spine realign and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching. I'm going to show you from the side. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your middle and index fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, right, left. So in head to knee pose, we rounded the spine to compress the abdomen. In stretching pose, we're going to stretch the spine to stretch the abdomen. A little bit of a nuance there. Keep walking your butt back. When the hamstrings are tight, which is most of us, knees can stay bent, right? Little by little, you're going to lengthen the legs and fold forward. One day, eventually or in the future, legs straight or even legs locked, puff up your chest and fold forward. Stomach to thighs, pull, chest and knees stretch. One day, toes and head touch with a flat back. Good, change, come up, turn around, Savasana. There's one person I know who can like fully go down with a completely flat back. And she said that she went to her doctor, like her chiropractor, and they were like, your spine is actually too flat. You need a natural curvature, which reminds me, one of my favorite Bikram sayings that I don't say enough is, too good is no good, right? Sometimes you're like so set on like back flat and your doctor was like, that's not healthy. You need some curvature in your spine. Temporarily eliminating curvature in the spine is a-okay, but sometimes you see somebody like going to the nth degree and it turns out like the way they got there, maybe not so healthy. Too good is no good. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Having doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to use it. Right leg out, left leg in, inhale your arms over your head, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. Having doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to use it. Tuck your chin to your chest, forehead to knee. Slowly over time, you're gonna kick your heel forward, one day straighten your leg, one day lock your leg, elbows down, left elbow down, left shoulder down, rolling to the left. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. This is great practice for standing head to knee. Feel what it feels like to have forehead on knee, elbows to floor, shoulders down, stomach in, right elbow down, right shoulder down, right hip down. Change, arms up, both legs out, lie down, and sit up. Second set, stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top, scoot your buns back. You can help to pull your butt out from behind you. If it helps you, it helps me. Notice if toes are turning in, spiral inner thighs down, flex little toes back, toes, heels, knees touch, lock your legs, lift your chest, and fold forward. Flex pinky toes back, toes, heels touch, shoulders back. So my toes, heels don't quite touch, but my knees are touching, right? Shoulders back, chest forward, pull, stretch. One day, forehead touches toes. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat. Final spinal, Ardha Matsyendrasana, Lord of the Fish pose. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee corner, right arm behind you, left arm up, and over left knee, grab left hand with, grab left knee with left hand. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over right shoulder twist. Keep your right foot on the floor, left knee on the floor, point your left toes. If you can balance here, take your right hand off the floor, wrap behind you, grab left thigh with right hand for a half bind. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale, look over right shoulder, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs. I'm gonna show you from the side, bend right leg on floor. You can also keep your right leg straight out in front of you. Left arm behind you, right arm up and over, grab right knee with right hand. Look down, and if you're sitting on your right foot, slide it out of the way, roll to the left, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over left shoulder twist. You can keep your hand behind you or wrap it behind you for the half bind, keep spine straight. Chest up, rib cage open. Inhale, stretch up, abdomen in. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Good. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. We begin this beloved sequence with a breathing exercise, and we end full circle with a breathing exercise. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat, sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it silly. Sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce. Every once in a while, try to sit on your feet. It is easier for your stomach to move. You're gonna exhale through your mouth. As you exhale through your mouth, pull your belly in. When the stomach relaxes, the lungs automatically take in air, whereas the exhale is quite audible. The inhale is pretty subtle. You barely notice it happens. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, sit up nice and tall, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. It's a good day. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, sit up tall, shoulders down, fingers together, arms straight, and away we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, final Savasana. Close your eyes, open your arms and legs. We started a few minutes late, so we ended a few minutes late. If you need to leave, I totally understand. If you have time, make time. Final Savasana. Close your eyes, open your arms and legs, and take a breath. You made it. Good for you. Sometimes right after class or during class, I'm on a high, and then at a certain point that starts to dip or drop, especially as like other realities in my life, come into focus. If you ever have a moment today where you're thinking negatively about yourself, just think back to this class and how very much you did for yourself. And frankly, what a badass you are, right? That's a decision that you made for yourself. You did the postures, nobody did them for you. I made some jokes, I cut time, but you did all of the work. Nobody can take that away from you, right? So if you're having a moment later today where you're feeling down or you're not feeling good about yourself, think back to this moment and how much you're doing for yourself. And by extension, how much you're doing for your community, right? Self-care is community care. What could you possibly have to say that's bad about yourself? You're amazing. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your nose. That's my alarm. Breathe in. Breathe out. And all is coming. Lancey, I just saw your message. That's funny. I don't know if you, when I was saying I'm scared of Scientologists, Lancey wrote, I'm scared of Ouija boards. I agree. Ouija boards are also something that scares me. It is great to see all of you. I'm going to teach a farm yoga class with Gail hosts like a farm, a really badass, actually really cool farm conference every year. She's like the manager of it. So I will see Gail later today and tell her that I saw all of you. I know she likes to practice with us occasionally. Yeah, but I love you all. Happy Saturday. Hope to see you soon. Bye, friends.
Thanks, Tyler.
No Ouija boards, no yellow tents. Bye, guys. Good to see you.